Hey, chill, chill.
Hey y'all, you know what time it is. Let's get gritty. So Supercross is back, y'all, and I'm here with Nitty Gritty Garage, and we're going to break down all the drama, action, and crashes of Supercross season opener round 1 at Anaheim, California. As expected, the drawn-out broadcast hit airwaves, and the bikes were all looking beautiful and ready to hit the track. We had exclusive interviews with the Weege, the riders, and greats like Jeremy McGrath, and celebrities in attendance like fighter Ryan Garcia, which is something I'm going to highlight real quick for you guys. You might not be a fan of, say, Haiden Deegan, Jorge Prado, but you have to love and respect that their off-track personality and fame with their talent is continuing to help the sport grow, expand, and thrive. More eyes, views, fans, coverage, sponsors, it's all good for the sport. And overall, hopefully more money for the riders.
Yes, I do think it's a good thing that they bring more attention to the sport worldwide for Prado. Not so much in America probably now, except for the ladies. But Deegan, love them or hate them, their family, I think, has to be doing good for the sport. Even if they're not pushing for more yet, I think they will. Definitely towards like a union of sorts. Hopefully the Lawrence family will do something and join with that also. But yeah, like people definitely like people that are more outspoken doing stuff on media. People love Anderson, but he's kind of a quiet, shy guy behind the scenes. So you don't really know a whole lot about him, but he'll still get people, but he's not expanding the sport, I guess you could say.
Like you said with the Lawrence brothers, I was kind of excited when Hunter was kind of pushing, talking about more money for the riders themselves and all the business talk. He was actually getting my hopes up.
And then there's somebody else like Dean Wilson who was around, and I don't know how I didn't even really know that he was doing so much off-track camera stuff. It was kind of right at the end of his career that I noticed it. And then there are some privateers that are kind of doing stuff, but it doesn't really get brought forward. You'd think someone like Feld or someone, when they're advertising, kind of like the Makeup to Mud, maybe have like a privateer. These guys got video footage from behind the scenes. They could make these guys more known since they're not going to ever show them in practice or qualifying.
Yeah. Seriously, bring back those segments. They were actually entertaining. To be honest, when the broadcast shows the behind the science with Cowie, it's overplayed. Overplayed. Saturday, we streamed just a few minutes shy of 10 hours straight. And shout out to those of you who joined us during the broadcast. Channel 53, Baja, BHPC, Mitchell, and everyone who was active in the chat. Keep the conversation flowing, some lighthearted banter, and casting those votes in the chat polls, which at closing, you guys had said the stash that will last will be Rider D's. So 2026 is definitely the year of the stash for the cash. 250s. During the heats, we saw Levi and Deegan get everyone fired up and give us all a glimpse of what to expect, where these riders stand on their readiness.
Honestly, I'm basically over the Kitchen Deegan thing. Like I think Deegan said, is it even worth comparing, honestly? Kitchen's never showed up. I'm just more pumped up to see like Rider D and some of these other guys come back from injuries and see what they're gonna do. Deegan's on his way out. He dominated the 250s. Like I said, Kitchen has nothing. Maybe he'll win a race or two. I don't think he's gonna get no championship. Another one of the main guys I think nobody really looks at because he's an old guy is Max Amnesty. He won the WSX. He's pretty precise on his riding. The only thing he has going against him is his age, but have you ever seen him get tired? I don't think so. So honestly, I think Max is his biggest competition.
Well, speaking of Haiden and Levi, do you think he really thought it was Levi when it was really actually McAdoo and caused that incident? because we got to see McAdoo what he do.
I don't think that what people were saying that they thought maybe Deegan thought that McAdoo was kitchen. I don't know if he was trying to block or what it was, but yeah, it started. Yeah, I mean, it looked like a McAdoo type of incident. Luckily, he was able to get up. He didn't ragdoll, so it wasn't completely normal. But I don't know. I thought he was going to do a little better. What'd you think?
I don't know. I don't have any problems with Cameron McAdoo. He seems like he's a good kid, but I'm just kind of sick of him because they hype him up so much every time, and we don't really go anywhere when it comes to him. So unfortunately, I'm not really that big of a fan of him. I will say he was off the bike for 7 months. He got married. He's now expecting a baby with his wife. So he's been busy. He's not sitting on his ass. But yeah, I'm kind of over it.
It's almost like the same thing that Faulkner went through. Injuries, and then became a family man.
Going back to overall, Levi topped qualifying, but he pretty much kind of flopped much of the evening in the whole event. Prior to all that, in the pre-race press conference, like you mentioned earlier, things got a little spicy when Kitchen was asked if he thinks he will be racking up some wins and battle Deegan for the championship. And he said, like, yeah, of course. And then someone poked the bear, purposely provoking Deegan, wanting to ignite some drama and create some headlines. And they asked him how he felt as he was seen pretty much smirking when they had asked Kitchen. Deegan responded, I just think it's funny that people keep comparing a guy with 5 titles to a guy with 0 titles. And in my opinion, he's kind of right. And Max Anstey had won the main event. He was unstoppable for a bit, then he was out and injured. He came back on the scene with WSX recently, and now in Supercross, showing that he's back with no restrictions. Moving over to 450 class. In the heats and main event, we saw Eli Tomac, KTM teammate Jorge Prado, and Ken Roczen kick in high gear and kick ass. Both Eli and Kenny were on a mission to make a statement that they were still top contenders, and all you guys, don't sleep on them. Jorge's mission was to prove why he bet all his money on himself, leaving and pretty much bashing Cowie before the switch to KTM, and he sure did that. Do you have any thoughts on Jorge?
Of course, gotta get the Prado talk in, and I guess we can this time because he actually proved that he could do a little something. We'll see as the weeks go on how he does.
Well, Jorge won the heat race, and bro, he led it the whole way. It was pretty impressive. So for Cowie, was it the bike after all? And with KTM, Chase? Was it really the rider?
Well, if you want to just say flip it around or just like look at the race, you'd say, I guess, yes, it was the bike. Chase was on the ground, but that's Chase doing sexton things, and Prado is doing good. So I guess you'd have to say yes. In Prado's case, it was the bike.
It seems like KTM is now on top. Roczen had stated that throughout the race, he and Eli were like ping pong balls, and it was kind of annoying him, but he was very happy with winning second place. Jorge said he didn't expect a podium position right off the bat at round 1, and stated that, well, hard work really does pay off. So now let's talk about the viral crash and biggest incident of the night, Malcolm and Barsha. With all the recent rule changes and new safety updates and lawsuits, they are proud and to have all these bad crashes on air. And even later, post-race interview, they had Eli Tomac in the hot seat, and he couldn't help but mention Barsha's crash live on air, expressing his concern. I'm sure corporate in the suits did not expect nor want that. I mean, they do seem like they're trying to stay clear of all the dangerous talk, as it is deemed damaging for the business and sport. They didn't even want to show the replay of the crash involving Malcolm and Barsha.
I kind of get it until they know people are okay. They don't want to show it, but in this day and age, they got to know that most people can just rewind it and watch it. I don't know. Everyone knows that it's a dangerous sport. We just want to know as fast as possible if they're, giving a thumbs up or moving. So I don't know if they want to keep really re-showing it. I think they should re-show it once maybe, and then just play it from there. But they need more EMTs and people on the track. I mean, there's a lot of people in the stadium. There's a lot of stairs. There's people drinking and fighting apparently all the time. So you're going to need them around. I feel like there should be at least 8 to 10 on the track and then another 5 in the stadium. So, I mean, 15 to 20 people that are certified to take care of people on the site. And if I had to take a guess, there's probably 5.
The latest update on both riders are that Malcolm dislocated his shoulder and has some overall pain, but is okay. And Barsha was brought to a local hospital and at the time was awake. And he did wave and give a thumbs up to the crowd. I do have a video up showing that and proving that, because there was a lot of you that gave me shit saying that I should double check Weege's reports. Well, I did. So anyways, Jason Weege had also reported that he could feel all limbs and extremities, and eventually Justin Barsha did come out with a Instagram video and post pretty much just talking about how he did not watch the footage. He doesn't want to watch the footage. All he remembers is pretty much when he was doing the jump, and he's lucky to be alive with, as far as we know, no real injuries. He said he kind of like chipped something in his back. He walked out of the hospital that night. That's wild. So we hope they have a speedy recovery and all goes well. And if you want, leave some positivity, some positive vibes and words of encouragement for them down below. Put it in the atmosphere for them. And let's go into what do we think we should expect for round 2.
Well, I hope to see more from Cooper Webb. He was kind of my pick to maybe be the dark horse winner. I'm kind of saying it's going to be Tomac. It's Sexton's to win since Jet's out. It should be Sexton, but if he can't stay out of his own head, Tomac's going to obviously keep him honest. As far as, this is no injuries for anybody. Hunter's not ready. Dark horse is Cooper Webb because he's been a champion in Supercross. I'd love for JA to win, and I just don't think Kenny's quite got it for the whole season. So,
wow!
like I said,
wow!
If Sexton can keep it together, it's his to lose, or Tomac's to pick up to keep Sexton honest. Maybe Webb. It's theirs.
I'm surprised. I am very surprised you're not team German chocolate. I mean, he's getting up there in age and he's still kicking ass, and he had one of the worst injuries and went through hell and back. So kind of surprised at that.
I just don't think Kenny can get more than 4 to 5 wins, and whoever's going to win the championship is going to have more than 5.
Well, it ain't gonna happen if you put it in the atmosphere like that. Damn. All right, closing out, was there someone who we feel is either underrated or should be mentioned in either class?
Yet again, in the 250 class, even though I guess you should say he's not underrated because he won the WSX. Linda says he's the champion, so he's not underrated, but I just feel like nobody gives Max the respect that he should have, or that he should get. So I would say him. They need to be pumping him up. He's the guy that's keeping everybody good. And then in 450, I'm going to have to go with the Zuki squad, but it ain't the German chocolate. It's going to be J.A. He's looking a little faster. He's looking like the old J.A. on the Husky. He's got a little bit of aggression again. I know it was only one race, but at WSX, if you didn't watch it, he looked aggressive.
Now that I think about it, is El Hombre's jersey tucked in, or is he letting it flap loose?
I'm not even sure. I feel like they weren't even showing him that. And he got tied up in that crash in the beginning, so hopefully we'll see it flapping soon enough.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's all about when it's a flapping, he's flying, man. He's ripping and gripping. I'm going to go with Lux Turner, returning after a bad crash. Lala's brother did pretty good, staying out there with the top pros and the bros. So tell us in the chat and comments down below who you thought did well and might be someone we should keep an eye on this season.